fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The fever had been my unwelcome companion for what felt like an eternity. Weeks blurred into a hazy montage of sweat-soaked sheets and bone-deep chills. Bedridden, I was a prisoner in my own body, burning from the inside out. My skin, perpetually slick with sweat, clung to me like a second, suffocating layer. My limbs, heavy as lead, resisted even the slightest movement. Each breath rattled in my chest, a shallow, desperate gasp against the viscous fluid that clogged my lungs. The village healer, old Maggie, a woman whose face was a roadmap of wrinkles etched by time and worry, shook her head, her pronouncements grim. "It's the black rot child," she croaked, her voice raspy like dry leaves skittering across stone. No cure, the words hung in the air, thick and heavy as the scent of dying herbs she often brewed in her small cottage. I could feel the weight of her declaration pressing down on me, suffocating me more effectively than the disease itself. Despair, a tangible presence, filled the room. The air itself was thick with the smell of decay. Herbs long past their prime emanated a musty odor, mingling with the acrid scent of sickness. The faint creak of the wooden floorboards as old Maggie shuffled away echoed in the oppressive silence. Each footstep was heavy with resignation, a somber rhythm marking the retreat of hope. The sound of the door closing behind her was like a death knell, sealing my fate within these four walls. I lay there propped up slightly by a lumpy pillow, staring at the cracked ceiling. The patterns in the aged wood seemed to writhe before my eyes, morphing into the twisted roots of a dying tree. My thoughts were a jumble, a chaotic storm of fear, anger, and a profound sense of helplessness. Why me? What had I done to deserve this agonizing end? I wanted to scream, to rage against the unfairness of it all, but even that simple act felt beyond my strength. I could feel the black rot coursing through my veins, a dark, malevolent force slowly consuming me from within. It was a chilling sensation, like icy tendrils spreading through my body, numbing my senses and stealing my life force. My breath came in shallow, ragged gasps, each one a struggle, each one a stark reminder of my impending doom. Was this how it ended, alone, in a small, dilapidated room, succumbing to a disease that no one could cure? The room was silent except for the occasional crackle of the fire in the hearth. The warmth it provided did little to chase away the chill that had settled deep within my bones. It was a cold that transcended the physical, a cold that seeped into my soul. I closed my eyes, trying to block out the world, trying to find some semblance of peace in the darkness. But even there, in the void behind my eyelids, I could feel the rot, its presence a constant, oppressive shadow. It whispered promises of oblivion, tempting me to surrender to its embrace. But then a flicker of defiance ignited within me. I wasn't ready to give up, not yet. I had too much to live for, too much left undone. I thought of my family, their faces etched in my memory, my mother's gentle smile, my father's strong hands, my little brother's infectious laughter. I couldn't bear the thought of leaving them, of causing them such pain. And then there was Alara, my dearest friend, my confidant, my fiercest protector. The mere thought of her name sparked a surge of warmth within me, a reminder of the unwavering bond we shared. She wouldn't give up on me, I knew it, and if she wouldn't give up on me, then I couldn't give up on myself. True to form, Alara refused to accept my fate. She vanished for 3 days, disappearing into the wilds beyond the village, driven by a desperate hope. I imagined her battling fierce creatures and treacherous landscapes, all for my sake. The thought brought tears to my eyes, tears of gratitude and renewed determination. When she finally returned, she was a shadow of her former self. Hollow-eyed, her face streaked with dirt, her clothes torn and muddy, she looked as though she had wrestled with demons and emerged victorious, albeit battered and bruised. In her trembling hands, she clutched a small, sealed vial filled with a viscous, black liquid. The liquid swirled ominously within the glass, its surface catching the dim light of the room and reflecting it in strange, hypnotic patterns. It pulsed with an unnatural energy, radiating a palpable sense of power and danger. What was it? Where had she found it? I wanted to ask her 1,000 questions, but my voice was too weak, lost in the rasping of my breath. "Drink this," she whispered, her voice trembling with a mixture of desperation and hope. Her gaze, usually so bright and full of life, was now clouded with anxiety. "I don't know what it is, but the old woman in the whispering woods said it might help. It's our only chance." I hesitated for only a moment, trusting Alara was as natural as breathing. I reached out a trembling hand and took the vial, the cool glass a stark contrast to my feverish skin. I uncorked it, and a pungent odor filled the air, a strange combination of earthy and metallic scents. I steeled myself, closed my eyes, and tilted the vial to my lips. The liquid burned as it slid down my throat, igniting a fire within me that I hadn't felt in weeks. It was a searing, agonizing pain, but beneath it I sensed a strange surge of energy, a spark of vitality that had been dormant for too long. My body convulsed violently, and I gasped as the rot fought back, its icy tendrils tightening their grip on my body. But the fire within me grew stronger, fueled by the mysterious liquid and my own unwavering will to survive, consuming the darkness that had threatened to engulf me. I felt a surge of power, a strength I never knew I possessed, coursing through my veins. The world around me seemed to shimmer and distort, the boundaries between reality and illusion blurring. I saw fleeting images, swirling galaxies, ancient forests, and faces I didn't recognize. Was I hallucinating, or was the liquid unlocking something deep within me, something ancient and powerful? Then I could feel Kale's presence before I saw him. It was a visceral sensation, a tingling in my skin, a quickening of my pulse. His aura, a palpable force, was a complex mix of danger and allure, drawing me in even as it warned me to stay away. I had heard whispers of him in the village, a powerful sorcerer, a creature of darkness, a legend whispered in hushed tones. I had always dismissed them as superstitious tales, but now, standing on the precipice of death, I realized that the legends were real. His voice, low and commanding, resonated in my mind, bypassing my ears altogether. "You are mine now, Lyra. The moon has marked you." The words echoed within me, both terrifying and intoxicating. What did he mean? What was this connection he claimed we shared? He materialized before me, a figure of breathtaking beauty and unsettling power. His eyes, the color of a stormy sky, held a depth of knowledge and a hint of cruelty that sent shivers down my spine. He reached out, his long, slender fingers tracing the curve of my cheek. His hands were fire on my skin, searing through the remnants of the rot, leaving me breathless and yearning for more. The fever that had plagued me for weeks vanished in an instant, replaced by a burning desire, a hunger I had never known. I gasped, my body arching towards him, drawn to his magnetic presence. He was a dangerous temptation, a forbidden fruit, and I knew, with a certainty that defied reason, that my life would never be the same again. The black rot was fading, replaced by something far more potent, far more captivating, a bond with a creature of darkness, a destiny I could no longer escape. What this destiny held I didn't know, but I knew I would face it with him.